Hey guys, this is Erin with the Seasonal Soul, and each week I pop on here to talk to you about the energy of the seasons and how that's affecting your life, spiritually, emotionally, what have you. So, this week I wanted to pop on here and talk to you about one of your important spiritual tasks for spring. And one thing that it is super important to do this time of year is to reconnect with your physical body. In the winter is a lot of it's all yin energy in the winter. That's all feminine, it's all restful. Our bodies are sleeping, our minds are dreaming, and coming up with our resolutions for the year, and connecting with magic, and that kind of stuff is happening in the winter, so we're a lot more up in our heads. And then in the spring we begin returning back to our bodies and re-engaging with the physical. And just like life is returning to nature and the earth is coming alive. Mother Nature's coming back into her body, whereas in winter the earth body was asleep and resting, and now Mother Nature is really coming alive and coming back into herself and stretching, and the leaves are growing on the trees. And it's the same for us. We're coming back into our bodies and stretching and feeling them out, sort of getting back into movement and being outside and physical. And we're moving from here, from spring, we'll move into summer, which is all yang energy. It's all masculine, and it's all getting outside and doing and being active. And we're hiking and biking and swimming and doing all the things in summer. It's a time of doing, and we really need to be actively engaged in our bodies so we can fully embrace that time of year. If you think about all the crap too, right? Like summer is the time of year that we start getting back in bathing suits and wearing shorts, and there's so many body issues that come up with all of that. So that makes spring, for so many reasons, this is a really great time to come back into your body and reconnect with your body, not just in a physical way, but in a really like loving, nurturing way, and coming back into your body in a really like rich, confident way. I think for most of us, a big piece of that is that we really need to reconnect with our bodies, like I said, in a super loving, nurturing way. And I think for so many of us, women in particular, the primary way that we communicate with our bodies, the majority of the things that we say to our bodies are negative. So much of it is expressing dissatisfaction with our bodies, how we're disappointed in our bodies, all those mean things that you say to yourself. How many times, how often are you walking past a mirror or a store window or something, and you catch a glimpse of yourself, and your knee-jerk reaction is, my hair, I look terrible today, or this looks awful on me. Like so many of the things that we communicate with ourselves constantly and ongoing, and so many of the things that we say to ourselves are negative, are poor bodies, right? Like think about all those negative things that you say to yourself and how consistently you say those things to yourself. Certainly that's how I tend to communicate with myself. I feel like as women, I think that that's pretty common, that the majority of the things that we say to ourselves about our physical appearance is negative. And our poor bodies, no wonder we suffer so much disease, right, in our bodies, so much, so many different forms of sickness and things. When you think about all those negative messages, all those things that you consistently say to your body that's mean, all those messages live in the cells of your body, and it gets to where you're not even consciously really saying those things to yourself anymore. You have just absorbed those negative reactions, and that negative commentary has just been absorbed into your body to where you're not necessarily even like consciously saying all these negative things to yourself. You may not even realize how often you are saying these negative things to yourself. So that's one thing that I think is really important that we can be doing this time of year, is just observing. Observing what you say to yourself when you catch your reflection in the mirror, or when you get dressed in the morning, or like what are the things that you say to yourself about your physical appearance. Start paying attention to that. So, so how do we change that, right? So we have these negative conversations that we're constantly having with ourselves, all these negative comments that we're constantly saying to ourselves, these knee-jerk reactions to our reflection in the mirror that we don't necessarily even know that we're having. How do we change all of that negative crap that we say to ourselves? So we have to start a new habit, right? You just have to start a new habit and get it to replace your old habit. So one thing that I am doing every day, as often as I can, is the time that I spend moisturizing. Every time I'm rubbing lotion on my body, I spend that time sending really loving messages to that part of my body. As I'm rubbing in the lotion, I'm telling my arm, thank you for the really hard work you do for me. Like, think about how hard our bodies work for us. Every part of our body, your fingers, your toes, your arms, your legs, of course, every part of your body is working so hard for you to give you this experience. And instead, we're saying all these crappy things to ourselves instead of thank you. Thank you for how hard you work for me. Thank you for carrying me through this world. Thank you for helping me hold my children. Thank you, gratitude, giving all of that to every part of your body. And also, I love you. And I'm also trying to say two things that I think are really important is you're beautiful and you're perfect just the way you are. I think so much of our conversation that we have with our bodies is wanting to change everything, wanting to change this or that or whatever. And so just sending every part of your body the message that you're perfect just the way you are. And if you have a ritual or routine of saying that to yourself every day or as often as possible, and you just fit that in with something that you already should be doing, or when you're in the shower, when you're washing your body, you could also spend that time doing that. I mean, these are things that we have to do, we should be doing regularly anyway, so it doesn't take any extra time. Just being mindful about that time and using it to send your body this message of love, and slowly but surely those messages that you're sending will start to grow in your cells, in the cells of your body. Those messages will overtake all of these negative ones that you don't even realize are there all the time. And if we continue sending these messages of love to our body, then slowly but surely those messages will overtake the negative ones that are so pervasive. So another thing that you could do is to keep a body gratitude list. You know, we hear so much about gratitude and how important a gratitude practice is. If you're already doing a gratitude practice, you can include something about your body every day. Just include something about your body that you are thankful for. And don't be afraid of that also being an ego driven list and something about your physical appearance that you are so grateful for. I think that is one place where you can just go ahead and let the ego have its minute, right? And we need to be loving up all those parts of ourselves. And then also I talked about paying attention to those negative things that you're saying to yourself, pausing when you react to your reflection in the mirror and hearing what it is you're saying to yourself. And then you can move beyond just observing the comments that you're making to then stopping yourself in that moment when you say, my hair looks awful today. Stop yourself in that moment and immediately replace what you're saying with something positive. Your hair looks great today. Your hair looks perfect today. Your hair looks perfect just the way it is. And, there's an element of fake it till you make it. And that's okay. That's okay, because a big part of this is creating the habit. And sometimes when you first start out, it doesn't feel natural. It's not your normal mode of operating, and you're just faking it till you make it. And before you know it, your reaction will be, my hair looks great today. And you won't have to have all that conversation beforehand. So spring is a really important time to do this work of reconnecting with our body, because summer is coming, and summer is all outward energy, and it's sun and it's fire, and it's a time to be confident and shine your brightest. And if we do this work of growing our confidence, of reconnecting with our body, of loving ourselves now in the spring, then when we move into summer, we are ready to use all that energy and shine our light and just go forward with strength and confidence. And we can really harness that summer energy if we do some of this work in the spring. So, okay. That's it for me today. I would love to hear what you think. If you like this video, please share it with your friends. And I'd love to hear some of your ideas. What are ways that you are working to change the negative junk that you say to yourself and reconnect with your body? I'd love to hear from you. So again, I'm Erin at theseasonalsoul.com, and I will talk to you again next week. All right, bye friends.